Oh, my hearties, a very good evening to you. Lovely to be with you. I hope you are well. And dinky do, it's just me, Scottie McClue. And of course, we're live streaming on YouTube just for you. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Stephen. How are you? Good evening, Scottie. How was your day, says Stephen Douglas? Excellent, Stephen. Very, very good. And Scottie's late, Sub-Zero, we don't say all that. Come on now, no cheeking up. There we go. There we are, fantastic. There's always one starts on you, isn't there? My goodness me, I don't know. Excellent, good thanks, Harry Ball, says Stephen. Excellent stuff. Dinky do, Scottie, how are you? J-Dog, welcome, welcome. Thank you for your message about Instagram this afternoon. It was a very good pop-up, very interesting. Dinky-doo, Scottie, dinky-doo, Robster. Scott says dinky-doo. Very well, Stephen. Thank you for asking, says Haribo. So Haribo and Stephen are having a wee bit chat. J-Dog, how are you, says Haribo. Excellent stuff. Are we ready to do business Saturday night? Nothing gets past me. Always good for a laugh. A Saturday night. The wonderful Scott Herd says good evening from Kirkcaldy for the Langtoon sun. Fantastic. That's it, Ken. Now, there we are. Very well, everybody. Evening all, says the wonderful David Taylor. Excellent, David. Good time tonight. Very, very good. I said hello to you, Scottie, says Stephen Douglas. I said hello back to you, Stephen. So there you are. So I've got myself a bottle, says, oh, well, don't drink it. Put it in the cupboard, Haribo. You don't need that. Rab is there. Good evening, Rab. Lovely to have you with us, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Scottie. I've just been fishing up in Lynn Park, says John Boy. John Boy, fantastic. Did you catch anything? Hello, Rab. So there we are. Fantastic. What a great turnout tonight, guys. The Archie. Good evening, Lord McClue. Dinky do. Lord McClue. There we are. I hope you've had a pleasant day, Scottie. Ready for another successful podcast. Thank you, Craig Cochran. Lovely to be on. Hello, John Boy. How are you, mate? So there we are. Everybody's saying hello. Hello there, says the wonderful Alistair Campbell. Good to have you with us, Alistair. Always a privilege. Never a chore, guys. And I remember you from Hallam FM, says Rab. Oh, Rab, what a fantastic show that was. Hallam FM. Aye, Hallam. Radio Hallam. How's everyone tonight? Says Stephen. There you are. Did you get your hello back there, Stephen? Wonderful. People get a wee bit upset. They don't realise there's a delay between me reading out the stuff and them hearing it. Hello, Alistair, says Robster Mary. Looking forward to tonight's show with David Taylor. Have we ever had not a good show? There we are. I know the other night we had some idiots on and we lost 40 minutes, but apart from that, we're now at, which one are we at tonight? Is it 57? 57 tonight. That's pretty good, isn't it? Have we started the sharing yet? We have to get the sharing on the go. Always the sharing. This is the big thing about the social media. There we are. If I was on international television, then you would all be there. So it's very important because I can see YouTube taking over from where television and radio have left off, because a lot of owners of television and radio have just they've lost interest in their audiences. I think, they're just sitting there like fat cats, and they're thinking, well, I don't know what to put on. I don't know how to program this. They should get Scottie McClue programming them. Oh, I'll turn myself down. There we are. Fantastic. Now then, have you noticed in social media, if you win an argument, they block you? Scottie Dinky Doo, McClue the man, the myth, the legend. I hope you're well, my fellow. I am well. It's lovely to have you with us. I love the bridies in Kirkcaldy. The bride? I don't know what that one is. Something in Kirkcaldy, Ken. Sorry I couldn't make it on Instagram today. I was out for a walk. I'm sure it ran well without me. No, J-Dog, you don't have to worry about that. It was great. I popped up at the time that you'd said, because I thought, no, that makes sense. I'm going to Skype sometime tonight, if that's okay with you. Yes, I'll need to set the Skype up. Fantastic. Newsflash, aliens been sighted in the House of Commons. Well, I think that's always been the case. So there we are. What's everyone's thoughts? We can't talk about that, Rab. we can certainly never, ever, ever talk about anything live during a show like that. So there you are. Fantastic. Right, Sub-Zero, no problem at all. Everybody says ban Rab, a bit harsh on Rab, but he's certainly getting something wrong there. Anyway, he's gone. That's Dundee, says Scott. There we go. Somebody couldn't tell the difference between Dundee and Kirkcaldy. There we are. Well, one's in Fife and the other's in, I was going to say Angus, but Dundee's in Forfar, is it not? Forfarshire. I think if you were actually putting a place on it, Dundee's just Dundee, like Ken. But I think that technically Dundee is a parish of Forfarshire. Is that right? So there we are. The Fife and Forfar Yeomanry was what the Scottish Horse became. What was for dinner tonight, Scotty? Oh, David Taylor. I have had a lovely, lovely dinner tonight. So fantastic. Very, very, very nice. Very light. So there we are. I'm trying to make sure I don't put on too much weight during the lockdown. Fast Pat. Hello all. Sorry not been on the last few nights. All my accounts got hacked and I had to sort everything. Good man, Fast Pat. Excellent. Lovely to have you with us. And so there we go. Robster. Yep. Rab, you need to watch this. We need to get rid of this Rab. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Rab, remember, there's no point in you coming on here and trying to upset the apple cart. We won't have it. All right? We've had enough of idiots. The wonderful Gordon Robertson has just joined us. That wipes the idiots out. He is wisdom personified, aren't you, Gordon? There we are. Tayside, says Stuart Clark. It's Tayside now, but before the regionalisation of Scotland. So you had Tayside, you had Strathclyde, you had Highland, you had, what else did we have? Grampian. So you had all these sort of regionalisation. Very interesting. A lot of things. Regionalisation worked quite well. Education and police under regionalisation, I think, was quite a good idea, a good reorganisation, because everywhere had its own police force. Hence we've now got Police Scotland to save duplication, but I think Scotland's quite a tough cookie when it comes to policing properly. Glad to hear. Have a good night, people, and don't forget. Will Hughes, what are you at? Did I pick a correct time for Instagram? J-Dog, I would have said you were spot on. There's no great time. I did once ask, what's the best time to stream on the internet? And they said, actually, any time. But obviously, more when people are up and about rather than during the night. But if you're streaming during the night, for instance, if I started streaming during the night, and I might experiment with it, I might pick up more people in America and Canada, who like late night talk. So that could be an interesting show. Yes, so Scott heard you right, Tayside, but check, what was it originally? And I suspect I'll be spot on with Forfarshire. I don't think the Dundee people like that, mind you. Fishing was great, Scotty. Caught a brown trout. So there we are. John Boy, fantastic, but we can't say things like that. You're an awful man. I've got an awful job with them. Haribo says, shut up, Fast Pat. No one cares. Haribo, I think we'll just put Haribo down the stank for that. Cheeking up to somebody else. So there we are. Haribo's gone. No need to pop off for dindins tonight. I already had dindins at my grandparents'. J-Dog, you're a smart man, and I would think that your grandparents love your chat. So there we are. They'll enjoy it. John Boy says, I'm drunk, Scotty. Can you still play DRE on the organ? So there we are. I can play all sorts of stuff on the organ. Don't know what DRE is. Last night was so awesome. Last night was a fabulous stream last night. Fabulous. Get out, Rab. Absolutely will. Bye, J-Dog, says Stephen Douglas. Stephen Douglas, you're not listening. J-Dog's not going for his din-dins because he had it at his gran and grandpa's. So he's staying with us for a bit. I don't know. You need to clean your ears out. Oh, that's correct. Fire service. Yes, regionalisation. Was it good for the fire service? What did we think? Pardon me. I'll have a sip of lemon juice. Lemon juice. Very nice. What did we think of regionalisation? I mean, I'm saying, but, Alistair Campbell, we'd be better keeping on the lockdown weight. Autumn's near. We might need it. Yes, we might need to feed off ourselves. The old Scottish saying, a green Yule makes a fat kirkyard. We don't want that. Thank goodness, yes, he's gone, Finlay, absolutely. We don't even need to mention him. So I won't be reading that out. So we'll take that down. There we are. He's well gone. He was making the viewing a misery. He certainly was. And I was very surprised at him. I don't know if he was on the sauce or whatever. Scottie, I was watching some classic Taggart today, the late, great Mark McManus. Oh, David Taylor. I love these Taggarts, but I'm a huge fan of Alex Norton as well. The whole Taggart thing, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And I used to love that you used to see certain Scottish actors in it. Sometimes they were Polis, sometimes they were baddies. Fish supper for my dinner, Scottie, says Rashid, with tons of brown sauce. Oh, it wouldn't be right without it. There we are, fantastic. You should keep that beard, Scottie. It's fabulous. Do you know, Robster, I have been virtually clean-shaven all my life, but I thought to myself, no, do you know, I'm actually quite enjoying this. Good evening, Scottie Dinky-Doo. I'm trying to work out why they call Waldorf salad Waldorf. Now, it could be to do with who were the Waldorfs. I prefer Rebus, Scottie, to Taggart. No, I love them both, you see. Edinburgh, Glasgow. There you are. I couldn't not love it. And, of course, I used to love watching Taggart because I used to stay around the corner for that. So there we are. John Boy, that's fine. We don't need to mention him again. So, okay. So no mentions. He's gone. Scottie, we have a fun fact of the day. Titanium dioxide is the main component in white paint. Do we know that? What's happened to my likes? I need likes, please, guys. Like. Fantastic. Get the likes going. And get sharing. We need to share. What's going on here? Share. Excellento. Jubilento. There we are. Exultati jubilati. And do you know what that means? Yes. O and A and O in cantibus in coro. Let the merry organ flow. Benedicamus Domino. Benedicamus Domino. Anybody know what that's from? Fantastic. There you go. Never a dull moment. Right. We'll just tell everybody we're live now, guys. Get the news out there. Sharing. Did anybody ever sing, hear the pennies dropping, listen while they fall, everyone for Jesus, he shall have them all. Hi all, says Peter McAleese. Don't get me wrong, Scottie, Taggart was just as good. Did you know that Taggart was the uncle of the lead singer of The Sweet? I did not know that, the Archie. Fantastic. I used to see Mark McManus when I worked at STV, though. It was great. It was very nice to see you. Hello. Hi, Mark. Hello. Very good actor. I remember they'd gone up to a farm to investigate something and come back, and he said, what did you think I sent you up there for? Milk? Share, eating a massive cheesecake, Scottie, with ice cream and a bottle of Mets. Rashid, you enjoy, my dear fellow. Scottie, I'm back, says Slaying Zombies. Good man, Slaying Zombies, Dinky-Doo. Also, says Robert Scrimger, R.I.P. Jack Charlton. I know we don't do football here, but what a figure he was. Legend with Ireland and England. Yes, absolutely. Jack was, have I got this right? He was a Leeds United player, was that right, for most of his life? So there you go, Big Jack. Yes, and Bobby's brother. Am I right? Bobby Charlton's brother? The Charltons are from the northeast. From, was he a Newcastle lad? Jack? Big Jack? Yellow for Robert for mentioning football. No, I think because it's Jack Charlton, John Boy, we can let him away with that, because R.I.P. Requiescat in Pace, Big Jack. Scottie, can I Skype you now if that's okay? I'd need to put the Skype on. J-Dog, let me get the Skype on. Oh, my goodness me. Let's see what's going on here, because, you know, this times me out. No, we're on tonight, actually. You might get away with it. Why don't you try it, J-Dog? And we'll see how we get on. Oh, pardon me. Right, that was actually the speakers. There we go, fantastic. Hi, Kareem. How's you? Sounds lovely, Kareem. What's Kareem been up to? Scottie, how are you tonight? I spent the day in sunny Airdrie. Ah, Kareem, fantastic. Here we go. J-Dog.
Hello, Scottie.
How are you?
I'm good.
Excellent. Lovely to hear you. The phones are going as well. Fantastic. Never a dull moment, J-Dog?
No.
Now then, how are things with you? Have I said thank you for all your advice?
Yeah, you have said thank you many times.
Yes, yes.
Thankful for that.
Have I said too many times?
No.
You can never say thank you too many times. You can never say thank you too many times, J-Dog. And you really have been outstanding in your help and assistance, because an old guy like me, do you know what I mean? Although I'm not old in spirit, I've been on the earth a long time, and you know, I'm not of the generation, but it's very interesting because I found the other day I have a social media style mind, so I can work things out once I get going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think let's try that. And then
the thing, like the server thing you're talking about, is
you're thinking through, and you think, no, that wouldn't work because that won't upload if you haven't done such and such, and all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? And it's quite interesting from a logical point of view, because I would imagine the person who's programmed it was doing it from a logical point of view.
Yeah.
You know? And it's so clever. I mean, I couldn't see myself writing code and doing all that kind of stuff, you know, but it's...
Yeah, it takes a lot of training. Yeah, it takes a lot of training. It
takes a lot to do that, you know what I mean? And I'm not even sure I would enjoy it, because it's very intense work, because you must be going back through and saying, oh, I missed out the colon. Yeah. That's what I've done, you know, and also I admire the people that do security for things so that people can't hack them, you know?
Yeah, cybersecurity,
Yeah, cybersecurity. And I think that these will be the next things that there are big jobs in, and very well-paid jobs in, you know?
Yeah.
Now then, enough of my nonsense. I want to hear from you.
I was thinking about that server thing you were talking about last night, and I was thinking it's a very good idea, because I used it a lot in the past, and it's really good.
And is it something I can build things up on then?
Yeah, you can share to it, and you have different like sort of chats you can select and create.
I got invited on it by somebody on Reddit, and when I looked at it, I then thought, you know, it's sometimes these sites are a bit of a maze. So you know, it goes do this and do that, and it goes you do not have permission to do this, and you think I'm a wee bit fed up with this. And then I saw that you could have your own account, and I remember a couple of guys, it might have been you or another guy that actually mentioned it in the early days when we were doing.
Well, I was first to mention it to you, I think. Yeah, on the first stream.
Yes, on the Facebook Lives.
Yeah.
Yep, and we talked about it, and I didn't know what it was, but I think it might be quite good, because, you see, I've always been ahead of my time, J-Dog, with it, as I say. Yeah. And 1998, I was spending a long time talking to a mate about, could you get your, you know, he said, no, that then goes to a server. And I said, well, could I get my own server? And he said, in theory, yes. He said, but you wouldn't really want one because they've got millions of them, you know. Yeah. So it was that sort of idea, you know. I just was wanting, how do you get more and more and more independent so that, you know, you're not dependent on everybody else going, you know, you do not have permission to do this or what have you. And I think that no names, no pack drill, but some of the big social media sites don't want you to grow too much.
No, there's a cap limit. You know,
it's that sort of stuff. So, you know, you might quite well on a lot of social media sites be talking to a dozen people, but that's absolutely fine because I think the day has also probably passed. Because I can remember when I first did live streams, thousands joined me right away.
Yeah.
You know, you watched it and you thought, oh my goodness, we're at 985 tonight, you know?
Yeah.
And then when you looked back on the finished piece, you know, like 5,500, 6,000 had joined you.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you get a lot more views after it's like uploaded because a lot of people like click onto it after.
Well, I've got one that I think it was 460 watched it at the time, and it just went over the 30,000 today. You know,
that's giant.
I mean, that is quite good. I mean, any television or radio station would love to get, you know, 30,000 at just sending out one thing.
Yeah.
You see, because the audiences are fragmented. So when commercial television started, if they put a big show on, they could probably get, I don't know, 13, 15 million people watching.
Yeah.
You know, but there's no way that they're going to be able to pull that now. You need to have a massive national drama. You know? Something like, do you remember The Bodyguard on a Sunday night?
Yeah, Bodyguard, yeah.
Something like that, you know, that goes in parts. Yeah. really fast moving.
Yeah.
So what about your good self then? You were saying about you were hoping to look at business and things like that, but I think there's stuff on the internet for you. You know?
Yeah, I was thinking about like side jobs and stuff, and I might take YouTube as a sort of side job to like while I'm doing my main job.
Well, all these big employers, if you look down, they've got, I mean, you'll have seen this, you know, but if you look down, you'll see come and work with us and that sort of idea, you know, it's all worth it. I would love another life now, you know, like just starting my career and do all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because when I left school, I started off being a clerk, which meant you hand wrote things.
Yeah.
You know, and I saw the technology come in. We used to also then program stuff on a huge big machine that was called mag tape. Mag tape, so it was punched tape, and then that was collected by a messenger and taken by road to a central office to be downloaded, you know, to be processed.
So much,
and then I remember the very first fax was a huge thing, and you phoned, and they would go, "I'm going to give you the signal now," and it would go beep, and you put this huge sheet of paper that went through really, really slowly down the phone line and got read and came out the other end, you know?
Yeah.
So
it's amazing to think the technology back in.
Well, now you can just do the lot on your phone. I mean, you could actually, if you could get a license for a commercial television station, you could probably run it on your laptop, you know?
Yeah.
In fact, I know you could. Wonderful. And I can remember also, it wasn't legal in this country, it was in America, but it was desktop radio. And it was a computer playing out the songs. And I can remember, this is 30 years ago. And I thought, you know, that's very interesting. And of course, it's come to pass.
Yeah.
You know, that effectively is radio stations, and they're trying to phase out presenters now.
Yeah.
Which is sad in a way, because the people identified with the presenter. You used to shout at your radio, "It is not, you dafty." I used to get folk phoning, they were just driving in their car, and when phones came into your car, they used to phone and they would say, I don't want to go on air, but tell McClue he's talking nonsense. And the phone up would say, look, I haven't time for your call if you're not going on air. We're too busy. That sort of thing. So I'll have a look at the server stuff. Thank you for all the stuff you've sent through. I have a huge backlog. That's the thing. You know what I mean? It's just physically getting the time, because as you so well know, you can't just flick a switch with a new piece of social media. Yeah. You've got to go through the whole thing and see how it all works.
Experiment on it and test.
Yep, and all that. And I mean, the stuff I've lost over the years, J-Dog, by pressing the wrong thing. So when I started, it used to say, somebody would send you a post and it would say, see more. And so I would touch see more and the whole thing would go off. You lost the whole broadcast. So there we go. Anyway, I'd better press on. The nation awaits. But
I want to thank you for making the streams a lot better compared to what they were on Thursday night.
Oh, Thursday night was bad news, and I was very upset at losing 40 minutes of pretty good stuff just because of some dafty. But I had to just
just one comment.
Yeah, one comment, and you have to you think that cannot survive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's got to go.
Yeah.
From that point of view, but a lot of it is that a lot of these people don't understand that. Things like second names of important people and comments about them and stuff like that. It's not a free for all.
Yeah.
Well, public media, you have a sense of responsibility.
Yeah,
from there you go. So anyway, lovely to talk to you, J-Dog, and thank you for making the streams so good.
No problem.
These people they just love chatting to you on here. And dinky do. Oh, what about that one not understanding when you said you'd been to your grandparents for your dinner?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, see you, J-Dog.
You just don't read comments properly.
And they often, do you notice on, if you've got going, a whole column of stuff going, they don't go back and read the original comment. They just argue with the person that was on last.
Yeah.
Never mind. We shall inform, educate, and entertain, J-Dog.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, lad. Thanks very much. And
okay, until next time.
Until next time. Take care. Thanks, J-Dog. Bye. There we are. Fantastic. Great guy. Super young man. There we go. That's the next generation. Now then, let's see what you lot have been up to. So, fun fact of tomorrow, I won't be here to give it to you. Bison are returning to the UK in over 6,000 years. So we're going to have bison. Lovely. Fantastic. Good for J-Dog. Scout me there. Tremendous stuff. And Scottie, how are you tonight? Oh, yes. Kareem's with us. Fantastic. Get the knocky out, Scottie, says Rashid. Fantastic. I'm good, thanks, Kareem. Scottie, the Laird of Cookadden's still around. Never hear of him. Jack is, as far as I know, still around, and he will be a fair ave now, Jack, actually, but I did speak to him when we were at our height with Scott FM. He very kindly gave me a ring, and it was amazing. And he left me a message on the answer phone, and you just knew immediately it was Jack. Hello, Scottie. It's Jack here. Fantastic. John Barr, you well, man? Hello, Kareem. Hello, J-Dogs. David Taylor. Kareem, you're lucky. I spent the day going to Manchester. Slaying zombies. What were you doing in Manchester? McClue's old stamping ground. Let's get this shared, guys. Liked and shared. Slaying Zombies, Manchester, a better, lively place. Very nice. I enjoyed living in Manchester. I went to get some. It's still on my way back. Says Slaying Zombies. Have you got us in the car, guys? You do know you can Bluetooth and everything to the car, but only, I mean, everything hands-free. Kareem says, Scottie, I'm coming off the PC. I'm going into the bath, so I'll be on my phone. There will be typos. Is it safe to use your phone in the bath? Don't drop it, for goodness sake. And you couldn't get a shock, I hope. Jaffa Muncher, you can't say anything like that ever. Jaffa Muncher's just been banned for cheeking up. There we go. Gone. Right. Guys, remember, never ever come on and slag like that. It's unacceptable. All right? And you'll just disappear forever. Yay be. What? Yay be? I don't know. I'm getting some right idiots now. No, I don't know what's going on. Right. Anna Lee says, okay, Anna, nice to have you with us. Scottie, may I add you on Skype? Slaying Zombies, I don't know you well enough to put you on the trusted list. Sorry about that. I honestly would flatten anyone on this chat. John Boy will have to say cheerio to you. John Boy, I'll have to ban you. So there we are. John Boy's gone. Okay, no more John Boy. That's that. We can't have that sort of negative chat. It's got to be positive chat. He's good, says Peter McCLUE. Absolutely. So there we go. What is this, says Jehovah's. This is Scottie McCLUE, Jehovah's. Where are you watching from? I am the first lord of the internet, the world's top broadcaster, and we broadcast live. We live stream on YouTube for an hour each night at 8 p.m. That's what it is. It's for information, education, entertainment. It's the most inclusive stream in the world, and anybody can join us and be part of the team. You need to keep a civil tongue in your head. Apart from that, you're very welcome. Okay, is that enough information? Was that fair, everybody? Was that a fair description of what we do on here? Good evening, Scottie. Looking good. Hope you're well. The wee dog's well. Hi, Tambo. Karam, Fast Pats, Gordon, J-Dog, John Boy. John Boy's just gone. He was talking about flattening people. So so he's been flattened. Alistair, Slaying Zombies, Peter and Anna. So there we are, everybody. Dinky Doo. Jehovah's. No one is home. So there you go. Fantastic stuff. Now then, chilling out with a beer after a day playing bowls. You've been at the Sir Francis Drake, Craig Cochran. We love it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who's giving Scottie McCLUE money here? My goodness me. Hi, Catherine, says Alistair Campbell. Hi, John Boy. Catherine, welcome. Lovely to have you with us. Alistair, I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Alistair is a top man. He's a man of great wisdom. So there we are. Guys, Scottie McCLUE is free at the point of delivery. But as somebody I notice has tapped the dollar bill on the super chat, I actually came across it. It's Crank. Crank, you naughty, naughty boy. Crank has sent me £5. £4.99. Do they take a penny off? That's very, very interesting. I'll see that we've got the live chat on the go here. Got the right one. Yes, there we are. Fantastic. Top chat. Fantastic. And you've gone right up to the top there. That's beautiful. There we are. Thank you so much, Crank. Hi, Gordon, says Catherine Raven. So there we are. Hi, John Boy. John Boy's gone. No more John Boy. He was being rude. Just be kind to everybody. Absolutely, Scott. Yes, I'm afraid I'm going to rule with an iron rod. And if there's any negativity, finish. Gone. Any argy-bargy, any cheeking up. Top of the morning to you, laddies, says Sam. Sam Dinky-Doo, top of the morning to you. New to the stream, how you doing? Dead Mem, no problem at all. You're very, very welcome. Welcome to the stream. We are doing fine. Nice badge on your head. That's the Scottie McCLUE badge. And if there's an emergency, we have the back badge. Just if anybody says, could you show us some ID, please? So there you go, officer. Scottie McCLUE saying Dinky-Doo. Fantastic. That's more an American thing I've noticed. Do you see these little videos that you get about the American cops stopping people? Do you have any ID on you? Share, and hit X to move the chat. And press like. Thank you, Catherine. Big like, very important. Looking fine. Thanks, Deadman. Very much appreciated. Lovely to have you with us. Welcome. I'm Scottie McClue, First Lord of the Internet, and the world's top broadcaster and the world's most humble man. There we are. You're getting a £3.50 of Cranks donation. Right, okay, J-Dog, thank you. Scottie, I'm now in the bath holding my phone. How was your day? Kareem, do not drop that phone. I'm telling you, my day was outstanding today. Wonderful. I got quite a bit of work done, which was good. And I did a live Instagram. So if any of you have got Instagram, Scottie McClue 1, please like the streams. And has everybody subscribed on YouTube? You must please subscribe. Doing great, thanks. How are you? What's new there? Sam, where are you watching from? Tell us more news coming. Come and have a little chat with us. Sirajuddin, dinky do, Sirajuddin. Lovely to have you with us. Welcome. Hi, says Sirajuddin. I love when people join us worldwide. And it broadens the stream out. It's tremendous stuff. Welcome. If you've just joined us, Scottie McClue saying dinky do to every single one of you. Our catchphrase, of course, is dinky do. There we are. Right, let's get sharing here. What's going on? What's happening? Has anybody shared? Is there anybody there, said the listener, knocking on the moonlit door, while his horse in silence chomped the grass of the forest ferny flower? There we go. Right. Is there anybody there, said the traveller, I think, wasn't it? I've got that. Right. Okay, guys, here we go. I've just shared to Facebook. Can everybody share? J-Dog says, thanks for the great chat, Scottie. Thank you, J-Dog. Top quality chat. And we love it. Good old internet chat. Scottie, up to 50 beaches across Spain have gone back into lockdown because of spikes from corona. Kareem, I wish people would listen. It is a very, very dangerous airborne virus. And these idiots can't see it, so they think it doesn't exist. It's just madness. I mean, I don't want to be too negative, but if it just gets the message across. I saw a program, and there's an undertaker who used to do 2 or 3 bodies a day, doing 100 a day. And he's had to buy refrigerated wagons. And these bodies are all wrapped up with a big label with C on them because they've died of coronavirus. That's how serious it is. Get the message out there, you know. Who liked my bus 120 photo? Sirajuddin, we haven't seen it. Robert Scrimger, you're a joy to watch, Scottie. Lockdown hasn't been easy for me, but you've been huge therapy, informative and nostalgic. Yes, Robert Scrimger, thank you for that. Normally, nostalgia is not a great concept, but I think it's very, very reassuring, even if we didn't talk too much nostalgia, even to go into the kind of time frame of things that were out there. Like I was heartbroken to learn that the wee Ashton had been set on fire the other day. And I worked on the Ashton in 1968 and 69, 68 till 70. I worked on the Ashton as crew, a little Clyde ferry. And then she went down south to go from Knot End to Pilling, across the River Wyre, the Wyre Lady. Fantastic. And then she went to Sprotborough. She's still the Wyre Lady. And they were doing her up for cruising, to resume her cruising up and down the river at Doncaster there. And some idiots vandalized her, you know, and the police are looking for information if anybody's seen anything. But it's so sad because that boat, 1938, think about it. What's that? So she's 82 82. She was 30 when I worked on her, and she's 82. Scottie, what well-known car manual did I see on your shelf on your Instagram posts? I think it will be an old Range Rover manual, because I spent 25 years and still with them with Land Rover, and they were very, very good. One of the reasons I went for it is you could almost move house in it. You could sleep in it at a push. It was great for the dog, and the seats were very, very comfortable. So that was the sort of staple McClue transport, because I was regularly commuting between places like Sheffield and Glasgow and Manchester and all that sort of stuff. Scottie, I think you could trust Slaying Zombies on the Skype. Be good to give him a chance, as he's asked you so politely. Yeah, but we don't know him, Catherine. Are you going to take the hit if he phones up and just says something? Do you see what I mean? Is that sort of idea? Some people don't realise. They get carried away with the fun, Catherine, and they don't realise that they're saying something that they shouldn't say. And we have to go to a lot of trouble. We lost 40 minutes the other night, remember. I'm not poo-pooing your suggestion, but we just don't know him. So there you are. Some people have been so selfish during this pandemic. Well, I was hearing the other day, David Taylor, that the pandemic had brought out the best and the worst in people. There's a lot of very cheeky people about. Sirajuddin, I got Snapchat. I don't have it, Sirajuddin. But I do have Instagram. I have TikTok. If you're on TikTok, then please follow Scottie McClue, because if I get 1,000 of you following me on TikTok, I can live stream. And I need about 290. So that's the sort of thing. Hello, Catherine. Scottie, even if they find a vaccine, you still will catch it, says Kareem. It means your body will fight it better. This C19 is so contagious. I don't think people understand that. Well, it's because it's airborne. It's so simple, Kareem. As I say, if you imagine your breath on a winter's morning and you see the distance. I mean, when I woke up this morning, I sneezed and I felt the draft on my knees, right? Now, I'm about 6 foot. So, bit strange. And that's that. And if you're talking, you're a metre from somebody, I would have been almost a metre with that sneeze. Listen to your Susie call today, Scottie. It's hilarious, John T. She's fun, isn't she? Land Rover, the best looking car. Well, these were old Range Rovers. Aren't Land Rovers very expensive to repair? It depends, J-Dog, and what's gone wrong with them. These engines were very, very reliable. Because they were petrol engines, they were V8s, and they were very, very reliable. So there we go. Sirajuddin, fantastic. Lovely, lovely. Is the Waverley steamer still going? Scott Herd. She's just had new boilers at the cost of, was it £2 million? And we have a top specialist on here, Ian Quinn, who comes on and keeps us up to date with what's happening. So she probably won't be going this season with the coronavirus, but hopefully she'll be going next season and they can social distance. So there we are. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Now then, Kareem, are teachers wearing masks in class and the pupils? What measures have been taken to keep you all safe? Asks Catherine. Well, we'll have to wait till Kareem comes out of the bath to answer that one, maybe. What's your tipple on a night out, Scottie? Orange and lemonade. What a boring man. I don't drink alcohol now, Craig. I used to take a light refreshment, but I don't bother with it and I don't miss it. Haven't done for about 4 or 5 years. Kareem's done nothing wrong, J-Dog. No, don't worry, J-Dog. He's gone. True, Scottie, I'll leave it in your capable hands to pull the weeds. Absolutely, Catherine. Just in case, we've just got to be careful because I trusted a couple of youngsters and they just came on and swore. And I was shocked when I saw who it was. And they tried to, sort of hide their addresses and all that kind of stuff. Wow, hopefully next year. Absolutely, Scott Herd. But remember, the Waverley is, what's she now, 73. There we are. Hi, Scottie and all. So there we are. Sirajuddin, lovely. Yes. I thank you. Thank you very much for putting that up. So there we go. Wonderful stuff. Now, what else have we got here? Let me just see. Very, very, very busy tonight. Fantastic. Yes. These calls are hilarious. I didn't realize, I think it's almost 900 videos we've got now. Massive O, have you found a pic to sign yet? Yes, Massive O, I did get one. Hi, Scottie. Autograph. You're a joy to watch. Thank you very much. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So Raja, good to have you with us. Thank you if you've just tapped the old dollar bill. Wonderful. I remember back in the first YouTube streams when anyone could Skype you. It was very unpredictable what they were going to say. Yes, had we had what's called, what is it we call it again? The device. If somebody's swearing, it's a delay mechanism, you know? And we have it in radio and the rest of it, but I don't have one here, quite expensive. And I'm not sure how I would work it anyway, to be quite honest with you. There are, you're welcome, says the Rajadine. Thank you. So there are, yes, but the Skype could have been brilliant had it not been for the idiots. And there's always the minority will spoil things for the majority. That's kind of life, you know. Should the UK have gulags? Why would you want that, dead men? Profanity machine, a profanity. That's exactly the word. A profanity, an on-air profanity device. We just called it a delay. And I can remember sitting with a broadcaster one night, and she was very, very good. She was very professional. But I said, listen, we're coming out of delay, so you'll hear the output. And what did she do but reach over and hit it because she heard nothing? I said, you'll hear nothing for 7 seconds, you know, as it catches up. And, of course, she went and pressed the button and it made a mess of it. We saw, but she was very, very good, but she just didn't quite understand. And also people aren't good when you tell them, if they're used to doing something, you say, I know you're used to doing that, but don't do it just now. People aren't good with that. They still automatically kind of do it. You know what I mean? It's like if you had a pilot that always went through something landing, and you knew something very special about the aircraft that they were to avoid that. And you said to them, okay, Captain, now I know you're used to doing this, but don't do it this time. Would they still do it? I wonder. Would training kick in and they would still do it? That's a good library behind there. Top 3 fave books. Sam Opp, that's just tiny. That's tiny, tiny, tiny. The place is falling down with books. Absolutely falling down with books. And if somebody said, what would you like in a dream house? I think it would be the library, you know. They took Warzone, Peter McLeese, and not good. So there we go. No, dead men, I don't game, to be honest with you. Thanks, Kareem, for letting me know about the schools. So what's Kareem saying? We missed that, Kareem. Oh, yes. Each school has to have a risk assessment. You should bring your own sanitizer. I will have a mask, but there's nothing in writing saying you need one yet, which they should to slow it down. Absolutely, Kareem, because are they not talking about not doing the blended learning now? Is that right? What's the latest? So there you go. You should set up a Discord, says Dead Mem. Stranger things have happened, you know, so there you are. I was just having a chat with J-Dog, one of my technical advisors. So there we go. Subliminal planting, it's called. What's that, Alistair Campbell? What's the subliminal planting? Tell us more. So there we are. I'm maybe missing some stuff here, am I, guys? Stephen Douglas, sorry about my chat earlier, Scotty. My mobile data was lagging, so I've come home and connected to my Wi-Fi. Not at all, Stephen. I think you didn't hear that I'd said hi to you. You know, that's right. They do lag a little bit sometimes. This is the only thing about streaming. Not everybody has absolutely top of the range. But I can remember having a technical discussion because I used to do a lot of stuff via ISDN, which was superb. You know, I mean, in its day, ISDN, superb. And when VoIP came in, VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol, I can remember some of the people saying it will just never work. You can't do it up to speed. Now look at us. There we are. Fantastic. Full classes of 33. If flu, 1.1 ration of spreading and 1.3 ratio for COVID, it will spread very quickly and in local communities. Absolutely, Kareem. Sounds a bit dodgy. I've never used this. All right, I registered, couldn't find anybody. Right, Sam? We'll not go into all that. We don't discuss actual branded products on here. Can you please do a Scottie McClue rap, says Dead Men. So there you are. I say hello to every dude. I am streaming on YouTube. Good evening, sir, from nice building next to the Clyde, James Bauer. I know exactly where you are. How fantastic. Scottie McClue rap. The whole world's rocking when McClue is talking, and I am talking, and I'm out walking. This is for you. Dinky do. Love the rap, Scottie. Will you recite a poem, please, Scottie? Well, the only thing is it just depends on the poems. So there we are. I might do you a little bit of Shakespeare. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So, let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told us Caesar was ambitious. Is this ambition? There you go, little bit of that. What's that from? Anybody know? Scottie, many engines do the Waverley have? Just one Robert Scrimger, but she's got, I think, 3 cylinders. I think the secrets. I wish we had our man here. He would tell you right away. Mr. Gibb would tell us. Scottie, they named a website after me, says Professor Numpty Head. YouTube. Next door's just asked to go to shop. I'll be back soon. Not at all, Peter McLeese. You need to go to the shops. My goodness, guys, we've been on for 52 minutes. So there we are. Professor Numpty Head, you're not that. No, Numpty Head. Stop. I say to you. Aha. I published a picture of Scottie McClue on stage the other day under the hashtag Save the Arts. And I was very pleased to see that the arts have got £1.5 billion. Very, very good. So I hope it manages to reach all the little theatres and gets out there and doesn't just get spent on the big opera and ballet companies and what have you. Where's your Earl Grey tea tonight, says Stephen Douglas? Aha! Stephen, I didn't have a chance to make one. You might have noticed I was just cutting it fine tonight. And I thought, have I time for an Earl Grey? No, get on, McClue. So there we are. The difference is, you see, in professional broadcasting, you just can't move anything. You can't be late and all the rest of it. And you should never be late when you say to people that, you'll be on at a certain time. But obviously circumstances sometimes. I can remember going out to do a show and I left in plenty of time and the dog was a pup. And it was a winter's night and I started the car up and I got out the car to defrost the window, and the dog took his paw and put the lock in the car down. And I was locked out a car that was sitting running. So there you are. And I had to say to a friend of mine that was passing, I said, you don't know how to get into a car? He said, I do. He said, but you haven't seen me. I agree, J-Dog. What would you do if Margaret Thatcher came back alive for a year? Well, the thing is, I mean, she's been dead a long time, bless her. And I knew somebody that worked with her and said she was actually very nice. Interesting. Hi, Stephen. I hope you're enjoying the weekend. Good evening, Scottie. Jenna John was watching your war movies today. How's your day been? My day's been fantastic. Do you know what I saw today? And I talked about it the other night, and I couldn't believe it. I didn't see it all, but I've seen it so many times, and I've even got the DVD. The 39 Steps, Alfred Hitchcock's with Robert Donat. And it's an outstanding movie. And I watched it today in black and white. I think it might have been on the public service broadcaster. Tremendous. So there we are. Guys, more sharing. What are we talking about here? I do not think we have shared. Have we shared? Do tell. It's so important. I'll share to the group and let everybody know what's happening. Can everybody share, please? So this is what happens. We get carried away. We start really enjoying ourselves and we get carried away. Fantastic. Please tell everybody about this stream and get them joining in. Oh, well, what on earth is that? Do you know what I've just done? I'm sharing to a group and I've pasted the blurb in the group name. So there we are. So that has to go. Right, that's it. There we are. Okay. Right. So that's gone. Excellent stuff. Now, what have we got here? I liked and shared at 7:30 tonight, Scottie. Stephen Douglas, you're a top man. How can you do that then? You can see what's coming up and you can share it. Is that right? Fantastic. I love his movie, The Birds. Oh, yeah, a bit frightening, though, a bit scary. There you are. But if you go to Milport in the summer, you can't go at the moment, obviously, and you buy some chips, the seagulls will dive bomb you and steal your chips. They're very, very clever about it. Yes, very good. I never knew about it until I watched it. I'd heard many times about it. So was that 39 Steps? Did you watch that one, Merculago? I shared to Facebook at the start. Scott Hurd, you're a top man. I thank you. That's very good of you. I'm good, thank you, Stephen, says Catherine. Catherine's getting spoiled. We like that. I can't believe it's about 4 weeks until I go back to school, Scottie. J-Dog, the time flies. Yes, absolutely. A wee clip tonight, says Magnus. Have we got time? We're just coming up to the hour, Magnus. Scottie, do you remember Alex Happy Howden? I didn't know the actress who plays Maggie in River City. That's her father. So there we are. Tremendous, Robert. Yes, and poor old Johnny Beattie, who passed away this week. And Johnny was great in River City. And he was 93. And I think I said the other day, somebody had said to him, what age are you now, Johnny? And he said, in show business, there's two things we never discuss, ages and wages. And it's true. If you look at what, they don't discuss wages for obvious reasons. It's private business, and maybe somebody might be getting more than somebody else, and it causes a problem. And the other thing is ages. If you look at public biographies, very often people don't have their age in. Actors don't have their age in. And it used to be women didn't have their age in the books, but guys did, their date of birth, but women didn't. So there we are. Count Merculago, I haven't seen that, no. So there we are, Dead Mem. I don't know what that is, Dead Mem. Misery, says Crank, is there. Scottie, if you're leaving, good night, and speak Monday night. If you're staying, hello. Hello, Kareem. Lovely to have you with us. Think it was Misery. So there we are. Fantastic. What shall we have for a wee clip tonight? Would you like a wee clip? There we are. Shall I see if we've got a wee clip that might just amuse you? Fantastic. Right. Dinky do. Do you want a wee bit of the Scottie McClue interview? Do you want to hear a wee bit of that? There we are for the Grumpy Critics. We'll give them a wee bit of that. What have we got here? Oh, that's fantastic. I think we've had a bit of that. We've had that. What about Victor in Russia? Shall we have Victor in Russia? There we are. He was great. He called me one day, and I couldn't believe it, and he was actually phoning from Russia. So there we go. So we'll see what Victor is saying to it. I say to you, this is for you, Kareem, a wee clip. We're off to Russia. It just shows you everybody knows McClue. You know, what on earth? Incredible. So there we go.
So I dedicate it to Kevin as well. He said it is just beautiful, Scottie. You're live at Scottie's phone in. Good evening.
Good evening, Scottie. I'm first-time caller from Russia. My name is Victor.
Victor, and you're calling from Russia?
Yes, from Moscow. I very liked this song that you just play, version of Robbie Burns' song, My Love Is Like Red, Red Rose. Yes. I also sometimes did a version of this, but not as nice as this one, because obviously man has very good, educated voice.
Yes, beautiful. Kenneth McKellar.
I will have to look it up.
Kenneth
see if I can buy it on one of these sites what is letting the MP3 downloads.
And Victor, Robbie Burns is very big in Moscow, yes?
Yes, he was regarded by old regime as proto-communist in his approach, his lyric of various kind of way of doing things.
Yes.
So he was very popular already with the communist regime, but also, of course, he has a certain timelessness about his observations. What we always say what we are always quoting in Russian is the poem to the mouse.
The poem to a mouse.
Yes, the poem to the mouse.
Yes.
Where he says, I cast my eyes on prospects clear or something like this. I can't really remember how it is in the original, but it says something like, I would not want to run and hurt you with bickering brattle. Something like this.
I would be loath to run and chase thee with murdering prattle. Yes, thou needna start a war sae hasty. Oh, what a panic's in thy breasty. Thou needna start a war sae hasty. Wonderful, Victor. Well done, sir. It's lovely to hear. Are you enjoying Lanarkshires L107 in Moscow?
I think it is, well, obviously by the internet I can get all the stations, but it was one of your regular listeners who put me on because I was arguing with him in the Skype chat about what will happen to Scotland now that FBI is very annoyed with Scotland for letting the Lockerbie bomber.
Yes.
And I was wondering what would happen now to Scottish government, whether the FBI will try to stop Scotland from being allowed to be country on its own now. And
No. I think that Scotland will get the respect of the world.
You do think this?
Yes, I think this. I think Scotland will get the respect of the world now, actually. You see, Scotland has always had the respect of the world, of course.
Well, certainly our, I don't know if you know this, but Lermontov, who is a Russian literature figure, hero, something called hero of our time, yes. He was actually of Scottish extraction, Lermontov.
Yes, so, all right, yes, I see. So there's sort of big connections across the sea.
There are connections. There are many connections with Scotland and Russia.
Yes.
Apart from anything else, when Russian people wanted to spy, obviously we don't do it anymore, but in the olden days, when the Russian people wanted to spy on Britain, because we couldn't get rid of the R sound, the hard R.
The hard R.
Yes, we didn't be able to speak like English, but we would try to make a Scottish accent. Yes. And then in England they would simply think that we were Scottish and our spies could get away with much more.
Well, thank goodness these days are all over now and we don't need to do any of that.
Oh yes, we don't do any more spying on Britain anymore from Russia. This is all gone now. No more of this, honestly. Never again, honestly, I promise.
Never again. Yes.
ever again.
It's wonderful.
Anyway,
Victor, thank
what
you
do you
so
think?
much.
Do you think it will be that it's okay that you got a hello?
Hello?
Yes, you think it will be okay that you let go this Lockerbie man?
Oh yes, I mean, I think the Scottish government know exactly what they are doing, and they have shown a compassion that the Lockerbie man did not show compassion, but they have set an example to the world. Scotland has moved the world forward.
Okay, and you believe that this will be, most of countries will come down on side of Scotland, not on side of America?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think so, yes. I think so, yes. You don't necessarily go for the big one. You go for the sensible one.
I will look and see if you turn out to be right. I hope you are, really.
I hope so. Victor, thank you so much. Hands across the sea and dinky-doo.
Thank you very much. Dinky to you too.
Dinky do to you, Victor. There we are. Victor phoning from Moscow. Of course, we are an international radio station on L107, and everybody.
Fantastic. So there you go. Guys, what about that? So there you are. You're random on a radio station, and this is a sign of the times, and you get a live, genuine call from Russia. I've checked it out, 100% genuine. Yep, I checked it with a Russian lady. I said, this gentleman, he said, oh, yeah, that's the real thing. That is fantastic. And there you go. So, and, you find yourself discussing international politics. My goodness me. And that was just after they'd released the Lockerbie bomber. Scottie, oh, yes, we've got that one. Excellent stuff. Now then, good evening, Scottie, Janet, John. Fantastic. We've done all that one. You can share the scheduled stream before it starts. Fantastic, J-Dog. I didn't know that. So should I put it up earlier then? The earlier, the better. And we'll get the stream up there. So that's what it's all about. That's good, Catherine. So there we go. Dead Mem. Wonderful. There you are. Kareem, what about that? Did you hear the clip? Did you like that one? Wonderful stuff. Dinky do, Scottie, not been on for a while. How's things? Alistair King, I was just thinking about you the other day and hoping you were all right. I thought I used to have Alistair on all the streams, and you were with us for the big one that we did late on a Saturday night talking cars. I hope you're well and you're okay. Tremendous stuff. And perhaps I'll actually get to see you someday. That would be fantastic. Favourite epitaph, Scottie? For Scottie McClue. So there we are. Here lies Scottie McClue. He always said dinky do to you. I shared before the stream started, J-Dog. You can leave comments before it begins. Catherine, that's amazing. So perhaps maybe the earlier I get that up, the better. Scottie, it sounded like a Russian with a cold. Well, no, I think he was Big Moscow, the deep bass voice. Fantastic. I agree, Stephen. Brilliant clip that was. Creased Catherine. Fantastic. Robbie Buns. Yes. What was that? Poor wee timorous beastie, oh, what a panic's in thy breastie, the needna start a wassy hasty, wi' bicker and brattle. I would be loath to rin and chase thee wi' murder and prattle. When Buns had turned up the little field mouse's nest, when he was ploughing the field, and the mouse was off. You've had a lot going on with the family, Scottie, just been too stressed with family. Yes, I've had a lot going on with the family. Sorry, Alistair. Too stressed with family and work to come online. Not at all, Alistair. It's lovely to hear you. Crank Cuffin asks me, Scottie, do you prefer tea or coffee? Well, Crank, put it this way. I haven't had coffee for 38 years. Is that right? Wait till we see. When did I last have a cup of coffee? Oh, no, I think somebody made me one by accident, and I may have drunk it. But apart from that, we're talking, yep, I think we're talking 38 years. Would that be right? 38 years since I had a coffee. So there you are. So I think that'll probably answer your question. Thanks, J-Dog. Glad to be back, says Alistair King. Nice hat, says Bra Mementos. Thank you, brah. Russians have great bun suppers. They do, Magnus. So do the Americans. The Americans love buns. Everybody loves buns. The poor soul. He had a tough time in his life, but everybody loves him. And nowadays, he would probably have been a best-selling author in his life and wouldn't have had the debts and the worries that he had. You know, I know he's a bit of a womanizer, but that was him, you know. And we played the clip about McClue talking about buns. You've heard that one. So there we are on Buns Night on National Talk Radio at the time. They phoned. It was wonderful. Somebody said, Talk Radio's on the phone for you, Scottie. This is the ones that became Talk Sport. And I said, all right. They said, can we book a call about buns? And people, radio stations used to be phoning in to Scott FM saying, do you have Scottie McClue there? Could we talk about Robbie Burns? All that sort of stuff. Finally made it to YouTube, says Robert Rovers. Top man, Robert. Robert, it was lovely to have you on the Instagram today. And if everybody can subscribe live here on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Fantastic stuff. And more sharing. Let's do more sharing. There's not nearly enough sharing going on. It does worry me that. So there you are. That was Victor from Russia. Wonderful, lovely voice, isn't it? Fantastic. The old Russian accent there. We love that. Wonderful, wonderful. Right. What have I got this one? Here's one saying, oh, yes. Here's one telling me I'm live now. Scott, it's Peter North here from America. Old adult film star, huge fan of yours. Thank you very much. Looking good, honky. Lovely to have you with us. Tremendous. The star of Robbie Buns, says Alistair Campbell. So there you are. Where are you, good-looking honky? Do tell us where you are. Star of Robbie Buns, yes. There is a star. Yes, let kings and courtiers rise and fall. This world has many tons, but brightly beams aboon them all. The star o' Robbie Buns. Though he was but a pluming lad and wore the hodden grey. Fantastic stuff. Aneath a roof of stray. Incredible. How do I remember all that? I've been trying to get my Skype account, but it's been blocked. I'll need to do a new one. Right. Jean Armour's daughter is buried in Pollockshaw's Kirk Lane Cemetery. Magnus, I did not know that. Mrs. Burns, I think it is. The father is buried at Ellisland and Dumfries, is that right? But Mrs. Burns, I think, is buried at Haddington. Or there's certainly a memorial there, because I used to pass it every day. So there we go. And I'm just wondering if there are any other families still living that are descended from Robbie Burns. That would be amazing. Scottie, when do you want me to drop my address for the autograph? Massive, we'll get that sorted. You know, you will get your autograph because you've been very persistent. And Massive, please, I beg, you don't need to beg. There is not a problem. We will get that to you. So there we are, fantastic. In fact, I'll tell you, drop it into Scottie McClue's website, which we've just celebrated 10 million people. www.scottie-mcclue.com. And I think there's an email on there that will come through to me. There you go. And just let me know and I'll send you one. I'll send you an autograph out. Leave it for a wee while till all the coronavirus dies down, but you will get one, Massive. Fantastic stuff. There we go. Who else have we got? More sharing, guys, please. If you don't mind, let's get sharing. Let's get sharing. And share with all your groups, your friends. Just type in Scottie McClue live now. You're watching. All that sort of stuff. Say you're watching McClue. So there we are. Fantastic. Wonderful. I saw that you're 10 million. Well done, Scottie. The only thing that's very funny on the mobile site, it's got the figure 1. And I think that the webmaster had to put in the figure 1 to get the rest of it. So it's a music looks like one person has been here. People say, oh, it's obviously not that big, but it's 10 million. Have you ever heard the wind-up call from the Irish girl who wanted to demolish a school? It's so funny. She wanted it to go with a big bang. Did you hear about the inflatable boy who went to an inflatable school and he had an inflatable head teacher and an inflatable mum and dad because he was an inflatable boy? And he went and pulled the stoppers out of everything one Friday. And the inflatable head teacher called him in and he said to him, not only have you let me down, you've let your mother and father down, you've let the whole school down, and you've let yourself down. We love it. I'm a descendant of Rob Roy. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised. Absolutely, yes. Rob Roy, fantastic. We like that. Yes, there will be quite a bit of that. And is there not some myth about Rob Roy's grave? Where is Gordon Robertson when you need him? So there we are. Rob Roy, yes. McGregor. Yes, well, the McGregors are still a big clan, I used to work with Lady McGregor. Fantastic. Now, what do we got here? Right, just sharing, guys. Oh, something's gone over there, and that's always what happens. Have you noticed you get pop-ups and they cover up what you're looking at the time? Thank you to everybody who's tapped the dollar. Hello, Stephen and Catherine. Hope you're both well, says Fast Pat. Hi, Fast Pat. Robert Rovers, are you single, Catherine? Robert, stop all that. That's not your business. What happened to everyone being nice to each other and having each other's backs? Well, we have, Fast Pat. I think they've all got each other's backs. Is there anybody nasty on? If there's anybody nasty, let me know. Fast Pat says, just catching up on most of the comments posted tonight. I'm so upset on some of the stuff people are posting. It's absolutely heartbreaking to see people so against. Fast Pat, there's nobody against each other. No, I haven't seen a single one, Fast Pat. No, nothing against each other, Fast Pat. So I don't know. Maybe that's the booze. We'll take that down. So there we go. Yes, we'll remove that one, Fast Pat. I think you maybe too much. Everybody is nice to each other. Everybody's got each other's back, so there's no problem. Sorted tonight. Hello, Fast Pat. Don't know what Fast Pat was at there. So there we go. Ali, remember we don't go into all that. So there we go. When you're watching Scottie McClue. Very good. It sounds like a line from Smokey and the Bandit with Sheriff Bulford. T. Justice said to his son in the movie, Smokey and the Bandit. What was the one? There was a James Bond film. And James Bond picked up an American guy a bit like Boss Hogg. And he goes, hey, you go for it, boy, and all that stuff, chewing tobacco. Gonna go and watch the movie now. See you Monday night. Monday night, J-Dog, top man. How about a wee tune, Scotty? Yes, I'll give you a wee tune. Do you want a tune on the box or the pipe organ? What did the shark say when he ate the clownfish? This tastes a little funny. J-Dog, we love it. We love J-Dog's jokes. Fantastic. More sharing, guys. Can everybody share? Just let everyone know that we are live and they can come and join us for the last few minutes. That would be tremendous because if we all share, we'll maybe get the numbers up to a new record high. How good would that be? And if you could tell everybody about the stream. I'm good, thanks. Thanks, J-Dog. Scotty, can we arrange something? I've been praying to get one. Yes, we will get you one, don't worry. There's the man with the golden gun. Is that what it's in? He jumps over the river with a car. All good, thanks, Fast Pat. Hope you're well too. Good night, J-Dog. Bye, J-Dog. He was a sheriff too. Scotty, plans for tomorrow. Work tomorrow, Kareem. Workity work. Because, it will pass in a flash. So there we are. Robert Rovers. That's a false account, I think. So he will go. It's got to be the box, Scottie. Absolutely. Rob, somebody's obviously mucked about your account. So they have to go. There they go. Okay, gone. Fantastic. No problem at all. Surprises, don't tell us what it is till you've played it. Well, absolutely. Just if you can recognize it, you're doing very well. Okay, right. We'll do it on the box. Here is the wee box. Are we ready? Fantastic. There we are. Anybody know that one? So there we go. Suggestions. This is what it might have been. If you can recognize the tune, it means I've done it right. The tie said, the hat, you go on ahead. I'll just hang around here. The tie said to the hat, you go on ahead. I'll hang around here. Dan Roberts, Scottie, that was a fake account, I think, some idiot. Scottie, sorry for last comment. Thomas was filling me on what's been happening last few nights of the show. Hope you're well. Yes, Fast Pat. Show is fantastic tonight. That wasn't called for. Good evening, Scottie. Scottie Pictures of Blackpool shows it's dead. You go for the atmosphere and the banter. But because it's dead, I won't risk going because of Corona. Do you know, tonight I would probably have been in Blackpool. So there we are. That's what I used to do. A Saturday night, I very often went to Blackpool. And we took in a show, went to the clubs, had a laugh, went for a meal, talked to some beautiful people, stayed up late. Good stuff, Scottie. This is Peter McLeese, Jock O'Hazeldean, Alistair Campbell. You're 100% correct. So we must have got it right. It's a braw sound. Is it okay, Scott? Because remember, when you're playing it, you can't necessarily hear it. They are amazing, says Crank. You've got me on that one, Scottie. Don't recognise the tune, but very good. I thank you, Alistair King. So there we are, Jock O'Hazeldean. Scottie's a great musician. Love a tune in the box. Makes you feel very much at home here in Scotland and homesick when you're not here. Lovely, Scottie. Thank you. I thank you, Catherine. So they are Craig Cochrane, don't recognise the tune. Jock O'Hazeldean, it's a lovely, lovely song, and it's a similar story to the poem Lochin Var. O young Lochin Var has come out of the west, through all the wide border his steed was the best. And he goes to where this dame and knight are getting married, and he carries her away on horseback, because she's in love with young Lochin Var. So there we are. Bra. So there we are. And that's sort of, the lady wasn't seen, she's o'er the border and a war, wi' Jock O'Hazeldean. Lovely stuff. So a border song. Sounded just perfect, says Catherine. Scottie, excellent playing. Kareem, I thank you, sir. Very, very much appreciated. It was, Catherine. We should get a tune before the stream ends. Absolutely. We always like a wee tune before the stream ends. Very good. You're a man of many talents, says Craig. Not at all, Craig. It's just, a wee bit of light-hearted entertainment for the troops. I always say. Any more likes going, guys? Any more likes going? And some more sharing. Now, have you all had enough? Do say, because, you know, I know that you've all got lots of things to do, but it's very interesting because I'm getting very, very, very positive feedback at the streams. And I think the idiots the other night just didn't realize. They just waded in and started acting the idiot. And I think they didn't listen first and realize that we don't do negativity. We don't cause trouble with each other. We don't fall out. We don't say nasty things. We're just a bunch of nice people, highly intelligent, who like to meet up for an hour or so and have a bit of a blather during lockdown. Friday marked the end of the morning lockdowns. Pardon me, needing a wee sip. Too much chat. So we'll not be doing them in the morning now. And I'm very sorry because I'll miss you all because a lot of very beautiful people got together for a chat. But what I think they have done, and I will say this, I think the Scottie McClue YouTube streams have given us a kind of, what can I say, a barometer, so that we can, without being judged or anything like that, we can get together. It's given us, you know, a sort of center time. So if you think, I'll not bother getting up in the morning, which is not the best thing for us, you think, I must get up, Scottie McClue's on, or give us my phone. You know, and night time, 8 o'clock's been a very good time. People say, well, I watched the soap operas and I was wondering what to do with myself because the next drama's not on till 9:30 or till 10 or 11. I'll tell you what, I'll pop on YouTube on my phone and see if Scottie's on. And that's been good. And we've had just a very good chit chat. Lots of people from all the parts of the world. Alistair King, we need to have a duo one night, Scottie. I play a few instruments as well, including the keyboard, Alistair King. You are a very talented man. You know, anyone that can fix cars the way you do. Another tune before it ends would be really nice before the end, Stephen. No, stay on till 10 or more, says Stephen Douglas. Never enough, says Magnus. No, no more, please, says John G. Defo Catherine. Alistair, duo is a fabulous, fantastic idea. I'd love to hear that. You can come and duo with me on the Skype, Alistair. So there we go. That would be an idea. The mornings gave me a reason to wake up, says Stephen Douglas. Yes, I know, Stephen, a lot of people have said that. They said, listen, Scottie, we really, really have appreciated it. Because sometimes when you're doing all these things, you think, am I talking to myself here? But obviously not, you know, because we've had so many people on. It's been fantastic. Scottie, I can have a long lie-in now during the week and see you at night for the banter with others. I know, Kareem, but the thing is, you'll be back to work in no time. You know, it's incredible. It really is. Can you play the guitar? No, Craig, I can't play the guitar. There you are. Well, I've never really tried in earnest, you know what I mean? I can tune a piano, but I can't tune a fish. Very good, Craig. Tune a fish. I'm up at 6 a.m. and away to work at 7, so I miss the morning shows and some evening shows due to working late. You've been working very hard, Alistair. Yes, you're a very hard-working man, but don't worry. I've done the same thing myself in my time, and you just keep working, but you sometimes feel, I'm on a treadmill. Sometimes when I was doing 7 days a week, I'd be driving through Manchester on a Sunday evening, a wet Sunday evening, heading for Sheffield to do the late show. And I would pass a pub with all the lights on and a lot of banter. I'd be sitting in traffic in the centre of Manchester, and I'd pass a pub with the lights on and the banter, looking cheery. And I'd think, wouldn't it be nice to just stop? But you don't want to do that. We can do a live duo. Absolutely, Alistair King, you top man. And thank you for that. If that's still on the cards, that would be super. But only as and when it suits. So there we are, not a problem. Wonderful Catherine Raven is laughing and laughing. Fantastic, Catherine. We like a bit of the chit-chat. Wonderful stuff. And what I'm finding is the streams They're going up and up and up, but we do need more subscribers. So everybody keep subscribing. Tell people to subscribe. Say, go on Scottie McClue's YouTube channel. People go, who's he? Scottie McClue, just subscribe. You know, and that stuff, because it helps us all in the long run. Any more likes going? Thank you to everybody who's tapped the dollar bill tonight. I saw it for the first time last week. Remember, I was asking everybody if we have the dollar bill because I couldn't see it. And I saw it for the first time last night, was it? I thought, there it is. That's what they're doing. You know, because you have to work all this out. And sometimes when you're actually doing it, you don't see it. You can put smileys on. I'm just going to hit a smiley and see if that works. Can I do that? Can I put on a smiley? Wave to everybody. So there we go. Oh my goodness, there's lots and lots of things here. We can do all that. Right. I'll not muck about with that just now. That's going to take a bit of time. It'd be a real treat to hear Scottie and Alistair do a duo. Love the music and songs on here. As soon as it's safe to do so, Scottie. Fantastic, Alistair. Yes, just whenever. Be wonderful. Be wonderful to see you and hear your chat. You see, and I could either be your lad, your apprentice, but I'm very good at following instructions, or I could keep out your road. It's not a problem either way. Have I gone invisible, says Count Murcielago. Yes, Count Murcielago, you are invisible. We can't see you. That's why I'm reading out your messages. All right, so there you go. You're invisible. That's why we're reading out your messages. Fantastic. We love all that. You've gone invisible. Saturday night, if you've just joined us and you're wondering what on earth's going on, you're watching Scottie McClue, the first lord of the internet and the world's top broadcaster and the world's most humble man. Very important to get that in case somebody thinks that you're full of the blah. Lol, I'm not that good, but I can play a few tunes. Alistair, I'm not that good, you know, but I sometimes say, who's told you that? You heard the Scottie McClue piano lesson last week, or you should have done. If you go on YouTube, you put in Scottie McClue piano lesson. I will give you a 7-minute lesson on how to play the piano. It's great for young people who are beginners and they've been told that they'll never play the piano. We don't like that. We don't think that is good. So there you are. Any more subscribing? Any more subscribing? Any more telling? There we are. Did we do that? Did we share on that one, I wonder? I'll just check and see if it goes. It might go on to Twitter as well. If you're on Twitter, guys, follow me at Scottie McClue. Follow me on Instagram. Wonderful. What gets wet the more it dries? What gets wet the more it dries? So there we are. So Rajuddin, we can't do that actually. Sorry. But we can't put these things up. What gets wet the more it dries? Who's got an answer to that? Put me down for a Dinky Doon badge, says Count Murcielago. Do you like them? The Scottie McClue badge. I'll have to get some. A towel. Wow. Professor Numpty, is that right, though? Let's get wet the more... Oh, a towel. Yes, I see what you mean, the more it dries. Scottie, every mechanic needs a tea-boy. I'll show you how to fix the car. I'll let you do the starting. No, but you can. I'm very good, Alistair, at being ordered about. I don't muck about and, touch things that you say. Would you just leave that alone just now when I'm working? You don't have to do all that, you know what I mean? So you can say, right, what I need you to do is blah, blah, blah. Say, right, I'm on it. And we'll get that going. And I'll tell you, and it will, Alistair, because you sound a bit like my father. You don't get beaten by a piece of machinery. You think, no, we'll sort this. This will go. I'll wear my badge in Poland. Yes. How would this stream go in Poland? You'll be able to see us streaming in Poland. I'll need to learn to speak Polish. Fantastic. Any more likes going? Why is Canada Dry wet? A Scotsman said he was going to drink Canada Dry. So, we love it. Fantastic. You must remember the wonderful wee story. Two old boys had been going to a pub for years and years and years. And they'd always had the same thing. They'd had, pardon me, their favourite whiskey and their favourite crisps. And they had snuff. They had a bit of snuff. Anyway, they hadn't been there for years, but the landlord saw them coming in. He thought, oh, my goodness, no. He said, I've got the whiskey and I've got the crisp, but I don't have any snuff. And they'll go daft if there's no snuff. So anyway, he saw his little Jack Russell had done a wee gift just at the side of the pub. And he thought, you know, they don't actually take the snuff. He said, so I'll maybe take a little bit of Betsy's gift. And it's very dry. I'll just crumble it up and put it in a wee dish and they'll think it's snuff. So he did that. So he picked up the wee dog pop. He popped it in the dish. And the two guys were in there and they're having a good old drink and all the rest of it. And then one of them goes like this to the other. He goes, can you smell dog shit? He goes, no. He says, oh. He says, no, I haven't. He says, no, I can't smell it at all. He says, I'll have a pinch of snuff. So he takes the snuff, which was the dog shecht, and snuffs it. And then he goes, my goodness, that snuff's good. He says, I couldn't smell the dog shecht before, but I can certainly smell it now. Why is your YouTube account linked to the account called My YouTube Account Isn't EE? So there you are. So I don't know what that is. So there you are. Scottie, can you play the phone-in clip titled Mutton Dressed as Lamb? Did you like that one, Stephen? Would anybody like another wee phone-in clip before we go? Mutton Dressed as Lamb. So there we are. Let me see. Yes. What's this one all about, I think? A while since I've heard these. Right. I'll see you. I'll play that one then. Okay. Here we go. And just give me a wee second. Right. What have we got here? That's that. And that's that. Now, what I need to do, little bit speaker. If this is too loud, you tell me right away, you guys, okay? You tell me right away.
McClue, we are, of course, live on the UK's #1 radio station that is such a big station serving the Northwest. And, of course, the country's top night spot. All there for you and lots to discuss. My name, of course, Scottie McClue, capital S, small C-O-T-T-I-E. McClue, capital M, small c, capital C-L-U-E. Scottie McClue, with you until 1 in the morning. The time coming up to 8 minutes past 10 o'clock already as we speak. Now, what are we talking about tonight? Well, rather a lot to get on with. Are you not, as a man, right? Men have never been asked this. We see a lot of women uncovering themselves in the tabloid press, showing the top story, flashing the threepenny bits at us. Now, if we're honest about it, do men really appreciate that? Right? A lot of the time we don't. It might be a particularly... It might be, you might be having a plate of wheat bangs in the morning and here's this massive fold-up appearing out of the newspaper at you. Now, I say, if men flash their bits and pieces, there would be an absolute outcry from the women. They'd be screaming and shouting and talking about equality and harassment and all these kind of things. And I say, why don't we say that if women are over 30, they should make it illegal for them to show their bits, right? Because, obviously, if you're going to see a woman over 30, you're not really going to admire her bits and pieces. So you can tell us what you think about that. I've got a telephone number for you, which I'll give you in a minute. And as a man, this is very much a program from a man's point of view I want tonight, but obviously I'd welcome the ladies' comments as well. As a man, Is your missus up to scratch in the kitchen? Now, not the bedroom. We're talking about the kitchen tonight. Is your missus up to scratch in the kitchen? In other words, are you getting the kind of food and the quality of food and the time put into the food's preparation that you are used to, that you appreciate as a guy? Like your mum used to make, your Auntie Fanny and your granny used to make? Or is the missus being a bit perfunctory, the same as they tend to be in the bedroom, because they're pushing more for this equality than actually getting on and saying to the man, standing by the man and treating the man as king of the jungle? So you can tell us what you think about that. And also, should we make people with a bad back return to work? Apparently, it's the best thing for you to get back to work if you've got a bad back. The exercise helps, and the stimulus helps as well. So you can tell us what you think about that. There we are, 3 subjects for discussion. Women over 30 must cover their threepenny bits up. We should actually make it illegal to flash your threepenny bits over 30. And are your missus's cookery skills up to what they should be? And also, if you've got a bad back, how would you feel about having your benefit withdrawing and being made to return to work? That's what I say. Scottie McClue's megaphone in. 3 main subjects. You don't have to discuss them, but it does help if you can. Since there's so many more of you joining us every night, I'd better give you the rules. The rules are as follows. No second names, no names of individuals, no pack drill, no politics, no football, religion, no swearing. Apart from that, we'll get on absolutely fine. So dinky-do, I say, get your telephones, the number, right? So get your telephones, that's the number. No line straight at the moment. You'll find it's engaged, but keep trying and trying and trying again, redialing and redialing and redialing, and eventually we will get you all on. All right, you've got up of a hard black pencil and a threepenny jotter with no batter. Remember, that is fast becoming the best known telephone number in the country. Also, if you, the Scottish site is up and running, so if you've got your stub of a hard black pencil, it is as follows: www.scottie-mcclue.com, www.scottie-mcclue.com. All right, and Scottie, of course, is SCOTTIE, and McClue is MCCLUE, with a dash in the middle. Don't forget the dash. Always a dash, like a dash of pepper on a boiled egg. www.scottie-mcclue.com. Right, now we're talking to Pauline from Manchester. How are you, love?
Thank you.
There you go.
You are going to be the first to promote something on your station tonight. Did you know about the transport days?
I didn't, love.
And transport is vital to the life of Greater Manchester towns and cities.
Correct.
Because without transport, how would people get to Manchester?
Well, without transport, you've done it on your chips, haven't you?
So isn't that one of the most important things?
That's very important.
Right. Now, can I tell you where it is or not?
How do you mean where it is, love?
Where it's going to be held.
Where what's going to be held?
A transport meeting on Monday.
A transport meeting on Monday?
Yes.
Go
It's going to be held at the Manchester Town Hall.
Manchester Town Hall, love, on Monday. All right, then.
So what's going to happen is you're going to have people that you can talk to and discussion about what's going to happen in Manchester. There's going to be lectures and one thing and another from 5:30 and 6:30 at night, so people can go after they finish work to tell their complaints and bring their problems to the right councillors in the town hall. Don't you think that's a good idea?
Pauline, I think that's absolutely fantastic, and I'm going to say dinky-doo.
And also...
Oh, there's more?
Yeah.
Not too long, then.
One also on the Saturday about the railways as well.
Yes.
Now, I think the important thing to do, if people have complaints and they're worried about things, don't you think it's important that they should know what's going on?
Don't try to ask me, love, ask them.
Well, this is it. And your radio is going to be the first to inform people of what's going on.
There you are. We always are, darling.
Exactly.
We always are. Hey, and dinky-doo.
And what about the back problems?
Oh, never mind that, love. Dinky-doo.
Dinky-doo.
Dinky-doo. Right, Madeline from Wrexham. Are you there, Madeline?
Oh, hello. Yes, I am.
Yes, sir.
I've just heard your remarks about women over 30.
Yes.
Not showing the bits.
Not showing the bits, love. I think that would do us all a favour.
Why?
Well, if you think of it, when a woman's over 30, she's starting to sag anyway.
Well, how many have you seen over 30?
Oh, a considerable number, I would say.
I don't think
Probably
so.
more than's good for me.
I don't think so. Well, why don't
I've probably seen more over 30 than under 30.
Why don't you put out a challenge then? Get a load of women between 30 and 50 and see what you think.
No problem.
Right,
No
well,
problem. But
do it.
let's be honest about it. You know, I mean,
Well,
it's the fact that women think that, you know, people would want to see them. You know, it's as if it's, you might just catch a swatch at those.
Well, why don't you actually confront person to person these people?
Well, I'm confronting person to
But you're
person.
not. You
I
just
am.
on the radio. Why don't
Well,
you?
that's fine. I mean, I'm talking to millions and millions.
But you're not facing them, are you?
No, I might not want to face them. They might put me off my supper.
I don't think so.
I think they might. That's why I'm saying.
Don't think
That's
so.
why I'm. Why do you think that the tabloid press use people under 20?
Because women over 30 have got more intelligence.
More
Why do you
intelligence. Like,
think-
what's that got to do with it? I think you're completely confused. There is no
No, I don't
connection
think so.
between intelligence and the size of your throttnest.
I think you're making very bad remarks about women that you know nothing about.
I know everything about it. I wouldn't make the remarks.
How many have you seen over 30?
Oh, stacks, love.
You haven't seen mine.
Hey,
You haven't seen mine.
that's possibly true.
Right then, so you're wrong then, aren't you?
No, I'm not wrong, love. You're
Yes,
only
you
one of
are.
several million.
You're including me in that comment.
Yes.
Right, well, you're wrong.
Why am I wrong? What makes you think that people might want to swatch at yours?
Oh, well.
Hey?
What makes you think they don't?
Well, there you are.
Exactly. You tell me why they won't.
Are you something of an exhibitionist?
Oh, certainly am.
That's the stuff, eh?
Certainly am. So when are you going to confront all these women face to face, get them all in a row?
What do you mean, all these women?
All these women who are out there.
There's only you. There's only you. There's only one.
No, but I'm sure, I can assure you, there's lots more women out there absolutely furious.
Well, we shall
So, right,
see.
we'll all get you. We'll all give you a quick flash and you'll be bowled over. You'll probably
Old over,
fake-
love.
You probably fake you're that old.
Oh, that's old. I'll be put off my chips.
So why don't you do it?
Well, we might just do it, love. We might have it. Yes.
You're safe in the studio, aren't you? But you see how many women would turn up over 30.
Yes, I bet.
Yeah.
They'd all turn up to give Scottie McClue a smash.
And you couldn't service one of them.
Oh, so
Anyway,
you
I'm going
think,
to
hey,
that.
that's what you think, love. You mustn't judge on past experience.
Well, you're doing it.
Hey?
You're judging.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
not. I'm just saying we don't want to see it. And, you know, perhaps we should make it a rule.
Who's we?
Hey,
You.
men. No, the men, love. The kings of the jungle.
Oh, ask them.
Hey?
You ask
Well,
them.
I've asked them.
You haven't.
I've asked them, for heaven's sake. We've got the biggest radiophoning show in the country. I've asked them.
No. Half of them don't bloody know anyway.
I think you've had a bad experience.
I beg your pardon.
I think you've had a bad
Oh,
experience.
I've had lots of them.
I beg
Lots
your
of them.
pardon.
Anyway, I'm going to bed now,
Are
but
you going to bed, darling?
you just put that out to the nation.
Well, take care of your beautiful self. You're obviously stunning from what you tell
I'm
us.
absolutely fabulous. Absolutely. Anyway, dear.
And are you over 30?
Oh, only just.
You've just scraped
I'm
by.
only a baby, really.
All right, give us a kiss then.
Night for now. Bye.
Night. There we go. Very interesting. What about that for a challenge? Scottie McClue's Threepenny Bits phone in.
Silly nonsense. That's the stuff there. Fantastic. Night, Kareem. Fantastic. Count Macalago. Good night, Kareem. Kareem's away. I bet that got a few interesting replies, says Alistair. It did indeed. So there we are. I love these calls, Scotty. You threw out the bait and they jumped on the hook. It's great. Magnus is smiling. Guys, we'll leave it there. I'll let you all get away and get on with your weekend. Now, no streaming tomorrow. And I don't know what's going to happen, you know, as things move on lockdown-wise. Good evening, Scotty. I mentioned, so there we are, speaking to the other day on the panel. I thank you, John. Very much appreciated. So there we go. So there's what's happening. Fantastic. No streaming tomorrow, as I say, and Monday morning, nothing Monday morning. So Monday night, at 8 p.m. Be there or be square. Until then, this is Scottie McClue saying to every single one of you, have a lovely weekend. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for joining in another quite fantastic stream. Just a bit of fun. I hope you don't mind. Night all. See you Monday. Peter McLeese, thank you. Thanks for a great night. This is Magnus. Good night, Scottie, says the wonderful Stephen Douglas. So there you are. We're not supposed to do an hour. Great, Scottie. Take care. Take care of yourself. And all of you guys, look after yourselves. Stay fabulous. And I'll sing you the goodbye song. Are we ready? Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. And a cheerio. Cheerio, my loves. Thanks for a great show. Thanks, Catherine. Absolutely hilarious, Scottie. This is the wonderful Craig. Good night, everyone. This is Stephen Douglas. And good night to every single one of you. Lots and lots of sharing. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. And I'll see you all Monday night, 8 o'clock sharp, God willing, weather permitting. GWWP. Night, Scottie. Night, Robert. Take great care of yourselves. Ta-ra, Lars.